Mm, 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 mm. Steely when we were young. What did you do this weekend, Shem?
Nothing. It's Dammy's house.
Yeah, man. Same. I don't know what. Oh, everyone's in Danky. I just eat. Everyone's at Danky, so no one's having motives in London. I just eat it. It was like, I don't know. It was a quiet weekend for everyone. I know, like nobody was out, so everybody must be a thing. Everybody must be a Danky, man. Everyone's at a beefer. Why didn't you go? They said you was gonna shut down the strip.
Listen, gotta go in it.
Yeah, well, but she'll understand. She knows you're good for it. She knows you're good for
Am I good for
it. No comment, man. No comment.
it?
Feds watching. What it's saying, people. Game week 5, tier 3 in the building. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely weekend. Last bit of sun. Go catch that
You think
before.
it's? I think this is it. You know.
No, it's this. This is it. This is it. Still,
I think
this is
this
it.
is it.
Like if you didn't catch the sun on Saturday, then it's done. Just forget about it. It's cool. You probably you probably like the winter better anyway.
I think this. I honestly think this is it. But hey,
Cause you were my baby.
do you want it all caps?
What do you mean? Oh man, did a whole. How long does ETH have? Fair enough. Bournemouth and Chelsea play a stalemate. How long till we see positive signs of Poch's project? Now you got it. You got it. You did it. You did it good. You did it
Do you want
good.
it in caps though?
Nah, you got it like that. You got it like that. Brighton and Manchester United's unbeaten home run. How long does ETH? Yeah, no, fair enough. You're asking the big questions today. I see it. That's why we pay you though. We pay you to ask the big questions. You say, should we get started?
Yeah, whenever I'm ready.
Ready?
You just have to let it do the rounds. Okay, let's get this bitch on.
Let's play that music.
David De Gea, 7 shots on
Does
target,
he say
7
looking like he's
goals. You're in
trying to
goal.
wing this one into
Let's
the
go!
top?
Oh, he's laid it. It's him.
Yes, people, welcome back to the final third game week review. This is game week 5. I'm your host today, Banks, joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish Oluwashemi Laurier, Kante's cousin, whichever one you want to call him. Today, you can call him the 3-point collector, just seeing Arsenal collect 3 points at their voodoo ground, Park. But we're not going to start there. There's only one place to start this weekend. Old Trafford, theatre of dreams. Could call it the theatre of nightmares.
Should I ask you the questions then?
Oh,
To
go
be fair,
crazy,
just
go
for this
crazy. You're
segment.
gonna ask silly questions.
Everyone, any new people here, like and smash the like button and subscribe as well. Also, just the housekeeping stuff. Just a quick one. Well, this is really going to be predominantly Manchester United and Chelsea talk, but as you can see, we got some questions in at the bottom. So let your comments flow through. But yeah, share this on your group chat, share this on your spaces, and let's get going. Thanks. So I'm just gonna ask. Just give us some insight, Bank. So you Old Trafford, because we spoke about Brighton off camera. We spoke. You said you got Brighton at Old Trafford, and you're kind of confident, even though the bookies had you lot not as favourites. If anything, evens. But you said it's Old Trafford will probably win. How what are you favourites? Obviously hindsight, but what are you favourites? Should you have won that game
Yeah,
on paper?
I never go into an Old Trafford game not confident. There's no
That
reason
you'd
to.
unless it's City that you'd win, basically.
Even City at home, I don't mind going. Like I'll go into it confident as well. I don't mind. Old Trafford has literally been our bread and butter for the last year. So Brighton are a good team. So it's not like I'm flipping. Like I'm bowing down to them. I'm thinking, yeah, we're lucky to get out of there
But
with a
they beat
draw.
you there last year.
Yeah, and then after that, we literally went on a clean run at Old Trafford.
Okay, so you go into this game obviously, and then the first half. The first half was, or the first 25 to 30 minutes was pretty good. Would you say? Were you impressed with that performance? Then what happened after Welbeck scored? Like how?
So De Zerbi's talked about this as well, but we started off very well, created chances, was on top of the ball. I couldn't complain like first 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes. But then it's the mentality of the team that's always called into question. Like we had our first setback. They literally scored off their first attack. Fair enough. It happens. It's annoying and it happens to us way too much, but they scored off their first attack. Now it's about responding. Are you going to respond? Do you respond? How do you respond? And we
And you
respond.
kind of did respond, but it was disallowed. So the
Even then,
response,
it took,
I would think
it
the
took a while
response,
to get to that point.
I
It
think the
took a while to
response
get to that
wasn't
point.
because it was 1-0 for a while, if I'm being honest. So I wouldn't say your mentality went, even in the body language. I wouldn't say it went. It was a
It's not about
then it goes.
it's not about body language. It's more about locking in and doing the same things that you were doing before the goal went in. Because after the goal went in, Brian went on top. For the rest of that first half, Brighton were on top for a lot of it. Obviously, we had the disallowed goal and a couple other bits and pieces, but for the most
Rashford
part,
hitting
Brighton
across, hitting the post.
in the post. But Brighton were on top for a lot of the rest of the first half, and it was because we stopped doing a lot of the good things that we
So
were
you
doing.
don't. So you think it's not Brighton being brilliant. It was you lot
Brighton
letting
were
them.
very good. Brighton were very good, but we also stopped doing what we needed to do to be successful in that game, and that's what annoyed me most because when you go 1-0 down, the instinct is to force it and try and get playing or try and do something different to try and win the game. When realistically, we like Brian weren't on top when they scored. They scored off their first attack and carved it open well, fair enough to them. But we should have stayed doing what we were doing or made minor changes. But if it felt as if we felt unfolded into ourselves, and we've done that quite a bit once we concede the first goal. That's what annoyed me most about that performance is that we saw a lot of the bad traits where we fold into ourselves again. After that, Brian got their foot on the ball and we couldn't really get close to them for the rest of the first half.
All right, cool. I'm gonna get into some individual performances now. So let's look at last season's stars for Man United. Martinez, Rashford, and I would say Casemiro for the first half of the season. How do you think those three played? Who are your bigger players? And Bruno, sorry. Who are your bigger players? How do you think they played throughout the span of the game?
Rashford was a game of two halves. First half, he was our most threatening player. He killed Van Hecker a couple of times, and on another day, he would have got that assist, hit the crossbar as well. That's the thing. A lot of people are saying he was selfish. He makes bad decisions. I think people need to actually deep what happened last season, where he was the main outlet for goals. So when I see him taking shots and I see him doing the things that were successful for him last season, I'm not surprised. Bro, he's our main attacking outlet. If he doesn't take the shots, who's going to take the shots?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather Rashford taking these shots. I'd rather Rashford being the one taking these shots. And there's definitely some times when he could have passed. Obviously, the big one, second half, where he should have ideally squared it to Haaland. But for the most part, people saying he's got bad decision making, it's not a great point for me because a lot of time he makes good decisions because he scores goals.
Because the pressure's coming onto Rashford now in terms of everyone saying
this is nothing new for Rashford. Rashford's been hated by his own fan base for a long time. It's nothing new. Last season, the way last season started, he was under pressure as well. People remember the way he ended the 22 season. People hated him. United fans hated him. They didn't want to see
the
him.
COVID season. You mean
no,
one after the
COVID
COVID season?
No, the one after the COVID season. Yeah.
People,
United fans hated him, and then he came back with 30 goals for the next season. So United fans hating Rashford is nothing new. Again,
Casemiro.
This is a player and I trust him to come back well.
Casemiro, Bruno, Martinez.
Again, not great performances. Not great performances there. Obviously, Martinez got lost by Gross, who's our absolute, but that is fake. I was even saying it before he scored. I was saying it to Ricky, bro. This guy always bangs against us. It's crazy, and then literally drops Martinez for the second goal. I think first half wasn't bad. First half wasn't bad from him, but then again, second half it becomes a lot more disorganized. A lot more we're chasing the game.
Who's this? Martinez.
This is Martinez. This is Casemiro. This is the whole thing. I'm not picking out individual, especially for the second half performance, because there was a lot of bad performances when we're.
Is Casemiro done?
Huh?
Is Casemiro done?
No. Do you think he's done?
Yeah, he can't play midfield alone. He ain't got the legs. I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing as what happened to Fabinho at Liverpool, and we said he's done. Like, he's an old man. He just looks leggy. Like, he can't get around. He looks big.
I agree with sometimes it looks like he can't get around, but I disagree. Like, more and more, especially against Arsenal, and even against Brighton in first half, he wasn't playing midfield alone. Like he wasn't. I didn't feel like he was isolated bare times in the first half. Second half, when we lost our shape, we were chasing the game. It definitely looked worse. I think he came off around the 65th minute or something before the third goal.
Regular Don and Hoyland home debut. How did they do? First start.
Miguel was good. He was
Okay.
good. Probably our man of the match, I'd say.
Okay.
Hoyland was good as well. He showed some nice pieces
Okay.
again. On another day,
Okay.
he gets that goal. That goal counts, and it's whatever.
Okay.
But it's annoying. He had to come off. I understand why he had to come off. Like it was, we know from early he wouldn't be able to play like back-to-back games like that, and he needs time to get fit 100%. But he was probably one of our most dangerous players. So it was annoying he had to come off when he did.
Okay, so is Eric Ten Hag? I'm seeing some of this. Is Ten Hag some of these questions as well? Sorry, is Ten Hag the right man for the job?
Yeah. People want to keep people. I bet people think if they drop Robert De Zerbi into our team, he'd have us playing like stupid magical football. I bet people think that.
Well, if you drop Pep into your team, it won't change.
I'm not saying it wouldn't change, but I'm saying people think he'll be playing stupid magical football.
If Pep goes into your team, what would change? Like, what would change?
What would change?
Yeah, because I'm not.
Probably start
winning
playing
games.
Where we won a lot of games last season. I don't like if for me like again, but we're too early in the season to be taking a 6 game.
So he's the right man for the job.
For me, he is, but people want to take a 5-game sample size and make me believe that compared to what I saw last season. And for me, I'm good. I said in the group chat yesterday, I'm not gonna fold 5 games into the season. I don't know what that is like. If I
believe you'll win the league.
I want to say yes, I still believe it, and I'm gonna give it until 18 games before I take that comment back. After 18 games, we're 20 points off or whatever, you lot can run me out of town. You can do what you want. But until then, I'm not taking
believe you can win the league. Okay, cool.
I'm not taking it back until
believe you can win the league. Okay.
Let's get through some of these comments. Did Bruno play yesterday? Yeah, very like it was a weird performance. Again, it's annoying because first half, a lot of these players were decent. Like again,
mid.
Again, when we talk about the standard, they were decent, whatever. But second half, it was just crazy. Second half, he finished the game playing centre back. It was weird. It was weird. 7 shots, no goal is a bit mad still. But
how sure are you? Okay, so to win the league quickly, because everyone's calling you deluded in the chat, yeah. So how sure are you? I'm not even going to bet you're going to win the league. I'll bet you that we'll finish. I bet you that we'll finish above you.
That's cool.
If we finish above, wait, let me finish. If to win the league, that means you have to finish first. No one finishes above you, right?
Yeah.
So this is how much I know you're just doing this off of pride and you don't believe anything you're saying. If you finish above us, I'll give you £100. If it's the other way around, I want £10. Give me £10.
So what's
because I want you to know, I want to put it that much in your favor for you to take it. Because I know you do not believe you're finishing above us.
I do believe, but a little tenner, you think a little tenner's gonna put me off my thoughts? You think a little tenner's gonna put me off my thoughts? I'll take the bet. But that don't mean nothing.
It does. It does. You know, you just lost £10.
That's cool. That's cool if you think that.
Let's add another zero.
Huh?
Add another zero then, big man.
It's not about adding another zero. I never said United are the clear favourites. I never said United are going to run away.
You said you're going to win the league.
I said we're going to win the league. But obviously things can happen in it. So I'm not out here saying United are the clear favourites for the league. I always said I wanted United to compete for the league. I wanted us to beat in and around it, and I hope we win it. But I'm not out here saying United are 100 to 1 favourites.
No, I just said you said you're going to win the league.
I did say that. And if by the time we get to May and Arsenal are ahead of us by 2 or 3 points or 4 points, wherever it is, and you lot win the league, I'll be calm with that.
It'll be more than that.
If we're like 5-6 points away from City and you lot and they win the league, I'll be calm with that. Because it's about the process.
It'll be more than that.
Huh?
It'll be more than that.
Okay, cool. If it's more than that, then we'll assess it when we get there.
It'll be more than that. It's not going to be 5 or 2. Come on.
It's not about United winning the league. because obviously I want us to, like I set that high expectation because I want us to make progress from where we were last season.
It's not realistic though. Okay, lastly, um, what do you think about your fan base always drawing for the Glazers when you lose?
It's an important point though, isn't it? Like I don't get how you've seen how we've handled the Anthony case, how we've handled the Greenwood case, how we've handled just
Yeah,
running.
but why is it? But
No,
this is the
stop,
problem.
stop. Can I finish? Can I land? All of these things are a symptom of how the club is run. Does this look like a well-run club? A club that was about to bring back Mason Greenwood. Under note, they could have easily just done what they did from the beginning at the end from the beginning, but they thought they could actually bring him back. Does this sound like a well-run club? This is a club
No.
that couldn't find anything on any of the Anthony domestic violence cases before they signed him. This is all like it's important, like whether we're winning, like, and this is another thing, like win, lose or draw. In the stadium, at least, they're always protesting the Glazers. In the stadium, win, lose or draw, they're always protesting.
Okay.
So
Match day is different. Match day, the Norwich scarves are always there, and they always do the protest in the stadium. But for the masses aren't at the match. The masses watch it on TV and then go to the timeline. They go to social media. Wait, they go to social media. Wait, let me finish. I'll let you speak. So I'm saying that why? But it seems like when you guys lose, then massive think pieces. Wait. Massive. No, wait. But that's what happened. When did Gary Neville drop that big tweet that you have to click see more? He dropped it at the end of the loss. It's when you guys lose that the big think pieces come out all the time, and it just comes like you didn't lose that game, and you didn't lose these games that you tweet and you make big statements after. You don't lose those because of the Glazers. You lost them because you lost.
Whether win, lose or draw, you always need to highlight the Glazers. Win, lose or draw, you always need to highlight the Glazers. Stop saying we didn't. It's not about
when you won the Carabao, you didn't highlight the Glazers.
They were celebrating. They were screaming it in the stadium. It's about win, lose or draw. You highlight the Glazers.
You
win, lose or draw. You highlight the Glazers.
You didn't. No, I'm talking about you. You didn't.
I haven't said anything about the Glazers after this match. But it's important. Like it's still a very valid point. It's still a very valid point. Like let's actually stop acting as if everyone's like people will say we only bring them up after a loss, but Glazers have been the topic for 2, 3, 4 many years now. So stop saying it's always after a loss because that's boring. That's boring. Like we're in the middle of being taken over. Like two bidders are trying to take over United, and you're saying we only.
You said you guys were getting taken over a couple months ago. You said the Saudi money's coming in, and no one wants to buy you.
See, oh my God, you're bro. How can you say nobody wants to buy us when there's 2 £6 million bids?
Where is it?
Bids? I know you're trolling. I know you're trolling right now, and I appreciate that.
I'm not trolling.
I appreciate you bringing some levity to the situation. I appreciate that. I appreciate. Big up Junior, man, tuning in from America, giving us some America views, man. So put us in the green circles, bro. I want to see what goes down in there, bro. Put us in the green
circles. So yeah. Now, moral of the story is, isn't it? Glazers out, I guess.
Yeah.
So and then moral of the story is Ronaldo was right.
About what?
About the club, about the state of affairs of the club.
Say what he was right. Like, don't just say like be specific, because one thing about you, Shem, you'll just say something and just like hope that you can just like say what was he right about?
About the state of affairs at the club.
What does that mean? Like break that down, like be more specific.
Like from the ownership from the top to the bottom, it's just like nothing's right. Like you haven't changed your you haven't changed your treadmills in a while. It's still the same machinery. The training ground needs redoing. Like they're
nobody discounted that. Nobody said that wasn't true. Nobody said that wasn't true.
So okay, and my question to you is, if the Glazers, like structurally, the Glazers get so much wrong, and obviously it's not a well-run club, and it impacts you lot on the pitch as well, yeah. Why then did majority of Man United fans, yourself included, think you were going to win the league or at least challenge Arsenal to challenge City? Why did you think you'd do so well if the Glazers are still a factor? That's what I don't understand. It's like when we're complaining about the Glazers, you still make expectations that you're going to do well. And it's like they're still there. So what should change? Do you get what I'm asking?
I get what you're asking. And there's no, like, as you said, the football and what goes on behind the scenes aren't always like directly connected. You say after every loss, people say you can't blame the Glazers for that loss, and you're right. But whatever my expectations are of you, like United, we're still not a very well-run club. That's just like whether we've got a manager that can that
Yeah, but
that
even
can
at
work
that,
with,
you thought you would do well with
because
not being a
yeah,
well-run
I
club.
just think it did like the Glazers aren't the only things. Let me get word this right. ETH is doing good things in terms of setting his own standards and helping raise the level of the club. But it's still not good enough for a club of Manchester United stature. So whenever when I make predictions of United, that does not exclude the fact that I still think what's going on behind the scenes can help improve the club. Like this is exactly what like imagine dropping Pep into United structure compared to City's structure. Pep can still work magic over here, but the structure at City would allow him to do so much more. Am I lying?
Yeah, I think you'd win. I think you'd win a cup.
We've won a cup already.
You won the Carabao Cup. That's not
We've
nothing.
won a
I
okay.
think
So
you'd win. I
the
think.
FA
I
Cup.
think.
Pep's juice
I think.
extends to the FA Cup.
And I think.
I'm
Wait. And I
telling you.
think. And I think. I haven't finished. And I think you challenge for the league.
Okay, but listen
That's
to what I'm
big.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Would the structure that's at City compared to the
No,
structure
no
that's
manager can change a structure
so
unless
no,
you're
but
there for like a
listen to what I'm
decade.
asking. Which
Yeah.
structure gives Pep the best chance of being successful? Is it United structure or is it City structure?
Man City.
Of course. So even though City can do Pep could do well at United, the structure that's at City allows him a much better chance of doing better at City. So why can't we get a similar structure or a structure that's as well run as City at United? Like what's stopping us from giving managers that sort of platform to do well? Otherwise, we're always playing catch up. Otherwise, we're always like, regardless of whatever predictions you make, you're not giving yourself the best chance of achieving those predictions, are you? It's about giving yourself the best structure, about giving yourself the best platform. The Glazers quite simply, like it doesn't need to be argued anymore. It's like clear as day. Whether it's Ronaldo or the Greenwood or the Anthony, whatever, it's clear the Glazers do not give United the best structure to be successful. So that's the reason why people will be screaming Glazers out, Glazers out, Glazers out. It's not just about us losing to Brighton or us losing to Arsenal. It's a structural thing, and it affects the club long before the match and long after the match.
Cool. On the note of Brighton rested about 5 or 6 players for the United game because I think they're going to Europe on Thursday. Brighton as a whole, I think it's fair to say Brighton are just a better football inside than Manchester United. I don't think that's been debated. I think everybody kind of knew that even before this game because the shock is not so much the fact that they won. It was just okay. And yeah, Brighton as a whole, I think they played well. Even the fact that their second team were that comfortable at Old Trafford was, I think, it's telling.
Why is this their second team, by the way?
Because their first team didn't really. A lot of the main holds in their first team didn't play.
Who?
Evan Ferguson didn't play. Estepinian didn't play.
Started, Evan Ferguson didn't play, and he started one game this season. So clearly,
Estepinian didn't play.
Yep, didn't play. Came back late from international duty.
Solly March didn't play.
Injured. But if we're doing injury for injury, bro, look at our injury list.
No, but I'm saying, what do you mean?
Let's not do the whole day beat our second team because our injury list is mad as well. Let's like
Billy Gilmore didn't play. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying it's the second team.
Boys,
you have to come on. You have to. Billy Gilmore didn't start.
That logic is our second team as well.
Oh, you think so?
Huh?
Who was missing? Varane,
Mason Mount. Who else? What? I'm saying the people that are missing. Varane, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw. Who else was there? Obviously, Mano, Anthony, Sancho. Like all of these players are like first team players.
Sancho doesn't play. Sancho doesn't play.
Sancho doesn't
so
play.
Don't try. That was nasty. Sancho don't play. Like a lot of some of the basically some of the Brighton lot. This was some of their first starts. Like Lamptey's first start since March. Like he hasn't played.
Lamptey played.
Huh?
I said Lamptey
and it's his first start since March. Mohamed Dawood, new player. I don't know if I think that might be his first start, but he's played. He's featured this season. But
Brighton played well. Like there's no for me, there's no need to make a second team, first team thing. Brighton played well. We've seen Robert De Zerbi. We've seen
and Dingra. Have you heard of him before?
Yeah, I told you, but I said him in the group chat during pre-season.
Okay. So yeah, 6 players missing. Oh yeah, Minor 2 is missing. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. rough about Amex boys, you know. Nah, big up you lot. But that's like if you lot beat Brighton, that's a big deal. Anyway, on to Chelsea quickly. Mate,
No
that
draw.
that
Or
1-1
anything.
victory against Liverpool looks so far away. Yeah, it looks so far away. That special victory, like the victory against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge, where Enzo Fernandez was deemed world class and pocketed everyone in central midfield, and Nicholas Jackson was just a force, and Reece James played so well, and Cole came back from Salah ripping him and like Liverpool looked so all over the place. Really and truly, where are Chelsea now? Like what? Hold on, you was getting cooked in the comments. Hold on, United want what Chelsea have, and look how that's going for them. What structure are you talking about? You always got your targets. We're not staying on the Glazers anymore. But he basically says that what are you talking about? You always get who you want. You're acting like spoiled brats. I've told you that before, Grant, so don't worry. Grant, do you think you and the
If we
fan
want to talk
base?
about, we can talk about. If we want to
No, we
talk
don't
about,
need to talk about it, man. We
we
don't.
want to talk
Grant,
about.
do
We
you
can
think you
talk
and the
about.
fan base don't place enough importance in just playing football? They don't. They don't.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Like you can't just put the ball down and actually you watched the Arsenal game today. You saw how we penned back Everton and we just popped. I don't see you lot play
Bro,
football.
what did you pop to? Oh my
I don't
god,
see you lot.
you're
I
watching a
don't see you
different
lot.
game
I
from
don't
everyone
see you.
else,
I don't
bro.
see you lot. I
You're
don't see
watching
you
a
lot
different
play
game from
football.
everyone
I
else.
don't
It's
see you
cool.
lot keep the ball because even when
Man
you
said,
came to Emirates, hold on, let me finish. Even when you came to Emirates
oh
and you were like,
man,
and you thought you had the ball, you thought Onana had the ball. You was just passing side
you
like
say,
the most
bro,
pointless passing.
we talked about this
But
yesterday.
anyway,
We talked about this yesterday. How many good performances have Arsenal actually had this season? Was
I'd
today
say
a good
two.
performance? Was today a
Yeah,
good performance? It was.
yeah, yeah,
Fair enough. All right, fair enough.
yeah.
It was a good performance today.
Yeah.
Oh, fairs. No, cool. You got it.
Popped Everton.
Pull up.
Popped
You got
Everton.
it. Pull out.
Cool. They told me Poch was a good manager. Um, yeah, they are cooking you in the comments about structure. I think that word structure, they're honing on it and they're beating your ass with it. Pause. But they said Poch was a good manager. They said Poch coaches young kids. I think all these words like Poch and young players, like it's so good. What do you think, Bags? When are we gonna see positive signs of this Poch project? Honestly, because I'm getting tired, and it seems like
Um,
Chelsea drop points or Chelsea don't win, and no one talks about it, like no one cares.
Today was a bad performance. I think Bournemouth probably. It was a weird game. There's probably a two. It was more of a 2-2 than a 0-0. In terms of Pochettino, it was. Shall I tell you what? Shall I tell you what I really took from this game? Having decisive attackers is like the biggest game changer for managers, right? Like I think about how Liverpool play, watching the Liverpool game, and how their attackers
Oh my
turned
god!
the game on the head for Liverpool. And then I look at Chelsea, and you had Nico Jackson up front, who just right now can't hit a flipping barn door. Mikhailo Mudryk, who started well, but then again, like his confidence is just like when his confidence goes low, everything goes wrong for him. Sterling, again, he huffed and puffed, but he wasn't great as well. And it's just, yeah, right now, again, and I'm not gonna. I understand why people don't want to aren't rating the Pochettino, rating the Chelsea team. As I said, the same thing for United. I want to see when their injuries ease up. They get a couple players back and they've played a couple games, gone a
They
bit
got
deep
Villa
into
next. They got
got
Villa
Villa next.
next. Brighton in the EFL. Fulham away. Then it goes to Burnley. Then it goes to Arsenal, Brentford. Like that. It's gonna start piling on soon.
But they've got one game a week. They've got one game a week, so I'm not really hearing the
Mhm.
pile on for them. Yeah, with Chelsea right now, their start of the season, 5 games in, I reckon they should have realistically got up to 12, like 10 to 12 points. Like if you look at their games, what is it? Bournemouth, Luton, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, and
West Ham.
West Ham. That sounds like a 10 to 12 point.
They
10
should
to
have
12
10 points. They
They
should
should have
have
10
10
points.
points.
But I understand why
They should
people are
have
paying
10
for
points.
Chelsea, to be fair. Like I understand that.
And
Right
now you're
now,
looking at Liverpool like that draw. They caught life. And I said it at the time, Chelsea aren't that bad. They should be badding up Liverpool. Start the season at home. You stole all Liverpool's midfielders. Remember, Liverpool's getting cooked that day. You have no midfield, all that stuff. But Junior Coleman raised a great point. Who's missing from Chelsea? The injury list is quite a lot. Nkuku, Lavia, Caicedo, Badashile, Reece James, Broja. Who else is missing? Who else is missing? Obviously, Chukwuemeka, Fofana. Yeah,
it's a hefty injury list. But again, even from that,
injuries happen
they
to
should-
everyone, so I don't care.
they should be playing. They should be playing better. They're not playing like
They're
right
not
now.
playing
They're not
good
playing
enough.
good football. They're not playing good football.
And you
regardless
spent
of
$1
it.
billion. You spent $1 billion, so it don't matter. Injuries, I can't like you spent $1 billion, so the injuries like you build a
Did you
squad
see
for
their
this.
bench today? Did you see their bench today?
Yeah, you got 2 keepers on there: Cole Palmer, Ian Matson.
Their bench. Let me. Their bench today was atrocious, man.
So Chelsea, I don't know what positives, Banks. What positives can you take from Chelsea? Like, if you're a Chelsea fan, what can you say? Okay, cool. Let's take this. Let me take this away from this. So this, I can put my stocks in this. We're gonna get better this way, or let me put my stocks in this player because Enzo is not filling me with any sort of confidence.
I say probably you just have to look at the first 20 minutes from Mudryk and hope that he can start to do that over 40, 60, 80 minutes as time goes on. Because he played well for 20 minutes. Like he was getting at Max Aaron's, got a couple crosses in, whatever.
That's
but
not good.
it's
You don't
20
want to be here saying that. Yeah, you don't want to be saying there's 70 more minutes in the match. Playing well for 20 minutes is having like 2 chances. That means nothing.
Aside from that, probably Sterling is your other big hope. But yeah, it's not been a great start. And I think
You signed all
Pochettino
these kids and
needs
Sterling
to.
being your hope.
Hey man, let's stop disrespecting that. I don't know. This has been a theme over the last couple
Sterling,
episodes.
Sterling, no. I mean, no. Sorry. I'm not. That's not no critique of Sterling. That's critique of everything you signed. So you made all them signatures, all them transfers, and Sterling's still the hope. That's mad. That's quite. That's no. He is.
Gallagher's cat. Yeah, there's something going on between. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because Silva's gonna leave at
You
the
don't
end of the
speak
season.
English as well.
He was still cap. Like I thought, so how is Gallagher your captain on the pitch when Thiago Silva's there? It just doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't add up. But yeah, Chelsea just needs to click. Like, it just doesn't. When I see them on the pitch,
Who do you think? Sorry to cut you off. Sorry. Who do you think is a better team right now? Like, if you put an 11 on a pitch in pathetically a neutral ground, are you better than Chelsea or are they better than you? So Manchester United or Chelsea, who's better?
I'd probably say we're better right now.
So you think you'll do them, yeah?
Do I think we do them? I think we'd win.
But it has to be at OT. I'm asking.
Any away wins recently? No, man. Put us anywhere. Just give us a ball. Give us some concrete. We'll kick ball against them.
Okay. Okay. Oh, boy, I don't know when you lot's fixtures. To be fair, aren't ever really that good when you play them. It's not really lit. But yeah, it's just you lot are languishing in like 15th or 14th.
You can't watch the table until like December, man. Ain't they talk? Shem, stop acting like you're new to this, man. You ain't new to this. Don't watch the table until this is how Tottenham were screaming top of the table after one game. Like you don't.
Oh no. Sorry, I said you lot are languishing. Okay.
Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about positions right now. Just worry about your next performance. That's the only thing you need to worry about. Once it gets to December, you've played like 15, 16 games. If you're still languishing around 10th, 12th, that's when you can be worried. And that's when you can start asking questions. But 5 games in, just let the table build itself out. Let the table see how it's going to land. Right now, the table hasn't landed yet. You have to give it some time to land.
So you want to get to 19 games. That's December's 19 games.
Yeah, get to 19-ish games and see where you're at. Assess after that.
All right, last question. Who's in this title race, Banks? From the outside looking in, who's in the title race?
Who's in the title race? Everyone, man. It's open. It's open season right now.
So who's in it?
Everyone.
List everyone.
I'm not listing everyone.
Who's at the top?
Because it's 5 games in. It's 5 games in. Who are West Ham's in the title race according to the table.
Come
Let
on,
let
come on. Let's
let
be
things
guided now. Come on.
let things be, let things land. Then let things land. Let things land. Let things go as they need to go. I'm not gonna say who's in the title race 5 games in because that's never been how the Premier League works. It's never been how the Premier League works.
All
Let
right,
people
cool.
show them
Just
true
build.
souls. Let people show them true souls, and then
All
you
right,
can decide who's in the title race.
all right. Just before we round up, next week.
Big up the UCL boys.
Now, thing is back. Review show Champions League is back this week as well. By the way, coming out on Thursday. The review show, European review show is coming back on Thursday. But we're going to Arsenal. Arsenal.
Hey Nathan, you changed up. You would have been pissed off last season if you didn't have no Arsenal content. You changed up, Nathan. I mean, Champions League will have niggas acting different. I have you acting different. I respect it. I respect it. Once you level up in life, you can't go back.
I'm gonna say this. Tottenham come to Emirates next week. So I think that's the big game, really, that everyone's looking forward to, or that's the marquee game next week. What do you think?
Arsenal versus Tottenham at the Emirates. I always go Arsenal win. It's never really pretty for Tottenham at the Emirates. But boy, what's his name? Postecoglou's bringing some good vibes to Tottenham right now. Hopefully they go like usually it's a bam 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 Arsenal like 3 or 2-0 up within the first half and then but hopefully Postecoglou brings some energy, some vibes to the game. And yeah, but I still see an Arsenal win. But hopefully Postecoglou can set Tottenham up to be a bit braver.
Okay. Anything else you want to touch on?
Let's go through Stockwatch. For those of you that don't know what Stockwatch is, we picked 5 players to put our stocks in at the beginning of the season. We're using FPL points to rate how well they've done each week. Whoever gets the most points at the end of the week, at the end of game week 38, wins. The loser has to do a forfeit. Nico Jackson, obviously, I think he got 2 points, no goals, stayed on for the full 90. Yeah. Oh no, he got 1 point. He got a yellow card. Unlucky. Diaby, that's some good stocks for you there. They've been doing well. Them Diaby stocks have been doing well. 5 points this week. He got a mistake. Garnacho, he hasn't started the game for United yet, so it feels a bit unfair. Came on in like 10 minutes to go. Got 1 point. Who's your last 2?
No, we got Shabozlai.
Shabozlai or the Liverpool Bears. That's it. Shabozlai 2 points. And McAllister 0 points. Jesus Christ, he got a yellow and got hooked at halftime.
The problem is with these some of my lot. It's like eye test. Do you understand?
That's what I'm saying. It's like eye test sometimes, but if you don't want to do eye test for McAllister this week, it was a bad eye test.
No, I'm talking about you. But why did you skip over Shabozlai? Because he was fantastic.
He was all right. First half, he wasn't doing nothing. Second half, he was
fantastic. Right. First half, Liverpool wasn't doing anything. Second half, he was the main player.
It was on sport second half. I'll give you that. Crystal Palace, where's he at? Eze 1 play. Lost it all in the Crystal Palace lost the game in like literally the 90th minute. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. Who else I got? Morgan Gibbs White gonna play tomorrow. Garner came on last 10 minutes, only got 1 point. It's not been a great week. I won't lie to you.
It's not been a great week of football.
Fantasy in general it's not been great either. Ferguson didn't start as well, came on as a sub. I think he got 1 point. And my last person is Eze Ferguson. Eze Ferguson, Ghana. His last guy. Oh, Gibbs White didn't play.
That's right.
Yes, so not a great week. But we have to put that down to internationals, coming back from internationals.
Okay.
They spice up after next week, man.
No worries, guys. Well, thanks, guys, for locking in. Tune in on Thursday tune in on Thursday or Wednesday. Actually, let's do it Wednesday. Wednesday. So tune in on Wednesday for the European review show. It will be myself and Banks just chopping up the first game week of the Champions League, discussing obviously Manchester United go to Bayern Munich, Arsenal host PSV. Well, where else have we got? Newcastle. Where's Newcastle going again? AC Milan. And going to Milan. So we're going to be just
stupidly this weekend.
And we've got PSG versus Dortmund in there somewhere. So yeah, it's got some good games. What did you say?
So Milan got pumped stupidly this weekend in the
Yeah,
derby.
lost 5-1.
Nasty.
But yeah,
business.
cool, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good week. Peace.
David De Gea, 7 shots on
Why
target,
does he say
7
looking like he's
goals. You're in
trying to
goal.
wing this one into
Let's
the
go!
top?
Oh, play now, man.
Oh, he's laid it.
Yes,
Yes,